Okay, this will be a response to S's comment on a video called "A Parent Problem with Proposition," and he's saying, now to answer your question, if I have a reason, not just a reason, but a rational reason, I'm not sure I get your question, as in what you are really asking, since if I provide a reason, you will say, no, that is not a reason. No, I'm looking for a rational reason. I'm sure you can give a reason, which you have, which is, I want to have a kid because I want to give my child a good life. I mean, that's a reason, but I'm going to argue it's not rational. I mean, you used I want not once, but twice. You're doing it because you want to. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. That's the only reason you can have to procreate, is because you want to. You said it twice in your reason. I would say it's not rational. You said you want to give your future child a good. Well, you're saying my child. It's kind of like almost in the present tense, but yeah, you want to give your future child a good life, but really you can't know that you're going to give them a good life. What you should be saying is, I want to draw a straw for my future child and hope that it has a good life, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking for, a rational reason. Just because you want to is not a rational reason. You're conducting a biological experiment at somebody else's expense just because you want to. And I mean, yeah, I don't think anybody is going to say, I want to give my child a bad life. I don't think any parent has that in mind. And you know, how to define good life. I mean, this life is, they may suffer. Where's your guarantee that they're going to have a good life? I mean, there's nothing that, you know, I'll bring up the asymmetry. In the asymmetry argument, it's better not to procreate. When you procreate, the best you can get is a zero. They're gonna suffer and they're gonna have pleasure. But if you don't procreate, there's nothing to suffer. And unless you bring them in, it doesn't matter where they're going to have pleasure or not. Only a existent being can have pleasure. You're not depriving somebody of pleasure when you don't procreate. What else was I going to say? You said I want twice. I mean, to be rational, you'd have to get rid of the I want. Can you give me a rational reason that don't say I want, say, well, my plan is to do something productive or something. You're gonna, I mean, when you procreate, I mean, the first thing you know, the job of when you have a kid is to protect that kid from harm, right? Well, the best way to protect them from harm is not to bring them into existence, because once you bring them into existence, you're just opening the door to harm. And you said before, you have limited control over the experiment, the biological experiment. I mean, you're not going to be able to stay with them 100% of the time, and something bad could happen. Something very bad could happen. So, again, you know, the best you can say is, I want to have a kid because I want to draw a straw for somebody else and hope that they have a good life. That's not a rational reason. So that's what I'm asking. I'm not just asking for a reason. I'm sure there's plenty of everybody has a reason, but is it a good reason for procreating? Okay, I think I've sent this link to you before. I'll add the link in the description again, but This link has reasons why people procreate. One of them is I do not want to deny my kids who do not exist yet the joy of existence. That's pretty much along the lines of what you're saying. You want to give them a good life. And then in the real reason column, you're ignoring lack of joy in existing children. Right. I mean, why does it have to be your child? There's 7 billion people on the planet. I'm sure there's millions of people that you could give a good life to. Why does it have to be your kid? I mean, pick one of the millions of kids that you could bring joy to, that are already here. Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, a rational reason. Again, look through. I'll provide the link again. Look through these reasons and come up with something different than one of these reasons. Because if it's one of these reasons, it's not rational. So again, I'm looking for a rational reason, not just a reason. Okay, thanks.